Hi, welcome back to Small Talk Queens. I'm Megan.
I'm Kelly.
Episode 75.
75.
We're 106 subscribers. I'm going to say viewers. We're not. Our views are way down. So we're pissing people off or people just think we're not funny. I don't know, but views are down. But subscriptions are up. 106 now. But I don't know who they are because they don't all have like public handles or whatever. But welcome if you're new.
Thank you.
And if this is your first time tuning in, if you're old or easily offended, then turn us off now and just have it go about your day.
Wow.
Because we swear a lot and people don't like it and sometimes we're crude. So, and we have so much today to talk about.
I know there's
vacation
so
edition,
much.
Horrible Humans piece. I have lots about horrible humans. Some crazy fucking animal shit that went down in the last in 1 week, like crazy
animal
antics.
stuff. And in the rain and humid weather is just I've had enough.
I love the fucking rain.
It's like
beautiful.
swamp.
I love it. I mean, I like the humidity. My hair, I straightened it today. Like it was all nice and straight, and then like I moved around for 2 minutes, and then it frizzed. Now I had to put it up.
I'm just gonna make a stick figure of Monica from Friends when they were in Jamaica, and just hold that when it's like out
gigantic. My navies don't match. It's gonna bother me.
It's okay. One's more purple than the other.
This is
that's
more
okay.
of a blurple, and my shirt is navy, and now it's gonna bother me. We did not plan this. We did not ever fucking plan it. So, like, the most I've ever said is wear something Christmassy, or wear something for Valentine's Day, or whatever. So, although you wear a lot of navy, and apparently I do too.
I like navy.
Really realize that
I have a lot of navy, black, and hot pink. So that's probably pretty much all you're gonna see.
I have others than that, but apparently we have a lot of navy.
I love navy and black.
So, anyway, okay, so let's start with, I was on vacations last week.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, the microphone's on. It is. I had a little panic. I always have a little panic. Fuck. And I put on the do not disturb. I made a note, do not disturb a microphone. So, so I was on vacation.
Boy.
And I do not recommend getting on an airplane with a bad hangover.
I can't even.
In hindsight, really, I don't recommend. You should take it easy the night before you travel, which I had intended to do. The problem, and my friends who have seen me drink,
you'll never abide by that.
It's a rule that I have. Just like I don't usually drink at concerts or shows because I don't want to go to the bathroom. The only time I've done that since like college was the Springsteen concert, and that's because we sat on the end at the last row of our section, and I could easily pop up to the bathroom and back again.
Well, I should have done that because, the 2-mile walk back to the car.
I'm still hostile. I'm still fucking hostile about it. So anyway, my friends, God love them, so good hosts, put the wine next to me.
Yeah.
And then when that bottle was done, they brought another bottle, put it next to me. And when that bottle was done, so I woke up in the morning and I was like, I was kind of okay. I have what I call creeper. Where the hangover creeps up on me, where I wake up and I'm fine. I mean, I'm not like fine, but I'm like, oh shit. And I came out, like I pour myself a cup of coffee. I'm like, oh fuck. I opened a second bottle, didn't I? And she just looks at me and she's like, it was 2.5. I'm like, oh my God. And that was after I've been out like all day. You can't put it next to me.
I don't feel sorry for you.
You can't put it next to me.
I don't feel sorry for you.
So I have my coffee. I had a couple of saltines on the first day there.
Oh.
They picked us up from the airport. We were in Naples, Florida, by the way, which was a delightful area. Lovely restaurant. We had great food. Great food. I had a lobster roll, and it's because we had them like every day when we were in Cape Cod or in Massachusetts. A little bit different from the ones that we had up there. Like this one had like some guacamole on it and a little bit of cilantro. It was fucking tasty though. Yeah. It was very, very good.
That sounds good,
great
actually.
Seafood.
Oh God, I'm really
delightful
hungry.
Seafood. I had a little lobster salad the next day.
Fuck, I'm hungry.
Sorry, you can run and get yourself a snack if you want. Open up the cupboard. Anyway.
No, there's no lobster roll in there.
I have a lobster roll. Sorry, I have a fucking lobster roll. I have some chicken broth in the fridge. Anyway, so I was fine. I had some coffee. I had some saltines. Like the first day, we stopped at the grocery store to pick up beer because you can get beer in the grocery store there. You can't do that in Pennsylvania. So they picked us up at the airport. We stopped off at lunch. We have a few drinks. And then we stopped at the grocery store, and I saw a box of saltines, and I threw them in there. And my friend was like, what's with the saltines? I'm like, look, they're always a good thing to have on hand.
Why not the Ritz crackers? The saltines are a little dry.
Look, the saltines saved my fucking life. So I have the creeper, right? Like I'm fine. I showered. I'm like, all of a sudden I start to not feel well. And I've been up for a couple of hours, but all of a sudden it's like, it's creeping up on me. I'm like,
I don't feel sorry for you.
I just need to eat. I'll be fine. So we get there, we sit down, and Joe orders a Cobb salad. I was thinking about the Cobb salad.
At the bar at the hotel?
Good.
I mean,
we
at
the hotel.
No, at the
we were at a restaurant. We went to lunch with them.
Oh.
Our flight wasn't until like 5 o'clock.
Got it. I was thinking it was the flight.
So thank Christ our flight was not till fucking 5 o'clock. I mean, I literally was like laying in bed after lunch thinking, I can't get on the plane. I can't get on the plane. I can't get on the plane.
Oh my God.
And then I thought, my God, the plane's going to crash and this is God's way of sending me a sign that I should not get on the plane.
God.
I mean, I don't like to fly. I have Xanax for when I fly.
Oh my God.
Look, I ordered the burger at lunch and I sat there and looked at it and I thought, I can't do this. And then my friends were like, maybe you should have a drink. You'll feel better.
Oh.
And I thought, the hair of the dog, I thought I should.
That's a lie.
Oh, it's very true. It's very true. And I know this because I was sick until Friday night when we went out with you, and I just didn't feel well for like 2 days. I think I had alcohol poisoning. I don't even know. So when we went out Friday night to the comedy show, as soon as I had a drink, I felt better, and I was like, I should have had the fucking drink yesterday. Anyway, go to lunch, take a bite of the burger, get up, excuse myself, quietly, like charge down to the bathroom, stand there and stare at the toilet for a minute.
Oh no, I don't want to hear this.
Well, I didn't get sick. I just stood there and thought about it. And I couldn't get sick, so I'm like, okay, I guess I'm fine. So back I went and sat down, ate the burger, a couple of the fries, time to go. We go back. They drop us off because they have an appointment. So they drop us off. We go in, and we have like an hour before we need to leave for the airport. I got to pack. And Joe's like, you can lay down for like an hour before we have to call the Uber to get to the airport. So I lay down.
Packed.
I literally, he started, and then I went over and picked everything up off the floor and dropped it in the suitcase and said, close that.
You did the Kylie Kelsey
and got back in the fuck to bed. I mean, I opened the drawers, and I would get up, so I'd lay down, and I'm like, okay, if I just sleep, I'll just be fine. But then I'm like, I need to have some kind of physical activity, like, coming out of me in some form to get the toxins out. So I would run to the bathroom and then stand there and think, should I try to go to the bathroom? Should I try to throw up? What should I do? So I'd get the toxins out. I could not. I just could, nothing happened. So if I stare at the toilet long enough and think about it, I could mentally like get myself to be sick. Wouldn't work. So I started dry heaving, which all I did was hurt my throat.
Now I'm gonna get sick.
So then I'm like, fuck it, we gotta go. I had a bottle of water that I put on the counter in the kitchen, and we walked out to the Uber, and I'm like, fuck, I left the water in the kitchen. And we had like a 45-minute drive. The traffic was bad. There's like a gas leak somewhere. Roads were closed. 45-minute drive to the airport in the Uber, and I don't have a fucking water.
Did you puke in the Uber?
No, but here's me. Head against the window. The fucking driver would not shut up. Chatty. I don't care about the gas leak. Get us to the fucking airport. Like, shut up. So I'm sitting there, my head against the thing. I open up. I said to Joe, go, while I was laying in bed before we left, go to the pantry and get a sleeve of those saltines out and put in my purse.
And did he?
Yes. So I'm in the car, right? I eat like a saltine or two. I'm like, okay, I have no water. So I'm like chewing on some gum lately with my head against the window and just like
gag
and
on.
I'm praying that I do not throw up in the back of this fucking Uber.
Oh my God.
I was in a bad, and I never hungover like ever. And I tell you, I was fucking hungover. So we get to the airport and we get to the counter and I was like, I can't, I'm gonna have to get me a wheelchair. Like there's no way that I'm able to walk from point A to point B. I can't do it. I just can't do it.
I think this is a sign of a problem.
Probably. So and here's me the day before. I'm like, I gotta take it easy today. We gotta fly tomorrow. And I don't ever. I try not ever.
I think it's a sign of a problem.
The only time this happens is when I'm with my friend.
And bad influence.
And it wasn't even them. When it's next to me, that's the problem. Kind of like sitting next to dip and chips.
Why can't
if
you have
sit
some
next
self-control?
To it, you're gonna because then it's gone. It's gone. Look. Anyway, I did not drink all that wine by myself either, I might add, but like the bulk of it because it was like next to me.
Well, 2.5 bottles
were opened. I didn't consume all of that myself. Other people had some wine, I think. Look, it doesn't even matter. I did not get the wheelchair. I made it from point A to point B. I broke out in a full body sweat again, and I didn't care. I wore pants, so it didn't even matter. Just sopped it up inside my clothes. It was horrifying. We get on the plane. I bought a neck pillow because I just couldn't even support my head. I was like, I can't, like sitting in the airport, like I had to support my head. So I got the neck pillow, and I'm like, oh my God. Like just sitting there. And thank Christ for the saltines. I just opened up my purse and like pop one in every once in a while. Eating these fucking saltines.
Oh,
they saved my life. Then we're on the plane. We get on. I get in there, get my pillow situated. I'm up against the window. I'm asleep. Done. I'm done. We're good. I said to Joe, you wake me up when they come around with the biscuits, and I need a Diet Coke. Like I desperately need a Diet Coke. I'm asleep. I get awake. I'm still like a little panicking because I didn't have it in me to like dig through my purse and find a Xanax.
Oh God.
So I have really bad anxiety, and a lot of times, like usually I'll just have a drink at the airport and then I'm okay, and I don't need the Xanax. But I was not having a drink at the airport. All I could do was.
It sounds like you still had alcohol in you. I'm surprised it didn't.
I felt awful. And so, I'm fine. They come around with the cart. I get myself a Diet Coke, because I don't have Pepsi. Get myself the little biscuits they give out. I wanted to order the thing, a little cheese and cracker thing, but it was too short of a flight, so they don't fucking have it on that flight. So that I had no food. The lady, she must have looked at me and just known, because she handed me another little thing of the little biscuit crackers. Thank you, Jesus. Then, all of a sudden came the smell. Somebody had been fucking sick on that plane, and I was like, whoa. I'm like, oh my God, I made it this fucking far. We have an hour to go. I'm being fucking sick. So I had a cardigan, which I then wrapped around my head, wrapped it around my face.
Oh, I wish I would have seen that.
So all you could see were my, like here. I was like literally like peekaboo, like peekaboo. All you could see were my eyes. I was in the window, and there was, I don't even know. Look, I was, and I'm like, because now I'm going to be fine. Now I was feeling better, but now I'm going to be sick of the smell.
The person threw up near you or in the bathroom?
We were towards the back. We were like second row maybe from the
They
from
have
the
those
back.
barf bags.
It was also paper. It's a paper one because I pulled it out.
I don't care.
I'm like, what's this going to fucking hold? Like if I'm going to be sick, what is going to
I don't care. They have them. You need to use them.
I don't know where I didn't hear anything. Just all of a sudden, the smell permeated the fucking plane. And I was like, oh my God. And Joe was like looking at me. I cut my cardigan wrapped around my face.
He's probably like,
I'm like dry heaving a little under it. And then once in a while, I'm like, nope. And like put my face back under it. Somebody asked one of the flight attendants about the smell. Where's it coming from? But then they put the fan on, like whatever they had. They put it on high. It was loud. But it got the air
circulating.
And it stayed on until we fucking landed. Thank God.
Those poor flight attendants. There's no way I'd be a flight attendant.
I mean,
I would fucking punch somebody.
Here I am. I'm by the window. I've got Joe next to me and this little old lady on the end, right? And I'm thinking, I don't know how the fuck either one of them's going to get out fast enough and how I'm going to get out fast enough and then bust through the line in the bathroom to get to the bathroom if I'm going to be sick. So I'm eyeing up the little bag. It's like
you have to have the bag. Why didn't you? I thought you were going to travel with the ones that you got from the hospital.
Right. I got home and I fucking thought of that. I saw it on the nightstand. I said, that fucker, I should have taken it.
You have it on the nightstand?
I kept it on the nightstand. I put it in my little basket on the nightstand in case I ever need it quick. There it is. Where else am I going to keep it? I should travel with one though.
Yeah, put it in your medicine bag or whatever the hell it is, your toiletry bag.
Look, that was a rough go.
I've never had a rough flight like that because I refuse to. If the plane's going down, I want to be ready for it. I don't want to be sick. I don't want to be sick. I don't want to.
You're not going to care about it.
I don't care. I want to.
They're going through all my faculties. I'm like dozing, and she's talking about and the plane. I'm like, we're not gonna. Those fucking things come down. We're all dead. Who cares?
I want to know how to use that's why I want to be sober. I want to be able to go down the raft, the thing down the. I just want to know what's going on. I can't.
I was not drunk.
It doesn't matter. I don't want to feel like shit. It doesn't matter. Same thing. I don't want to feel like shit. I can't be like half-assing it. Like, I don't know if I can get down the slide.
Well, what really pissed me off about getting a little intoxicated the night before was we were watching. So my friends have the channel. I think it's on Peacock that has the show Why Women Kill. If you have not seen this, it's not like a documentary. It's a fucking like comedy thriller kind of thing. Not a thriller. It is. I have to now get fucking Paramount
Lucy Liu's on it.
Lucy Liu. Okay, so it's Jennifer Goodwin, Lucy Liu, and I forget the other people. So it's the show takes place over 3 different time frames.
Decades?
No, with decades, but 3 different eras. One's in the 60s, early 60s. One's in the 80s, and then one is present day. And it's all these different people that live in the same house over the generations or decades or whatever. They're not related. It's just different families living in this house, and something bad happens in each of them. And it's why women kill. Like, what would drive a woman to kill somebody else? It is, first of all, it's hilarious.
I need to be a writer for that because I have a list of shit.
Right?
A book.
It's funny as hell. It's funny as hell. And also there's like some suspense there. Like, I'm dying to know what happened at the end because we watched it and I don't remember, so now I've got to rewatch it. I'm going to get Paramount Plus. Anyway, and so there's a second season of it, but none of it's connected. Kind of like American Horror Story. One season has nothing to do with the next season, and I don't even think they're not the same actors and actresses or whatever, but great show. The other thing we watched, like in the mornings, we're like getting ready and like putzing or whatever.
How Women Kill is what you were watching in the morning?
We were watching that.
That sounds like really invigorating.
We got through the whole first season
morning.
in 4 days while we were there. The other show that we watched, have you ever watched Arrested Development?
With no, but I've heard it's so funny.
Oh my God, it's fucking hilarious. It is fucking hilarious. It is, I mean, we were dying. I was dying. But Why Women Kill is also fucking funny. Wait, I mean, it has its very serious moments, but it's also like
do you know
fucking funny.
That Jason Bateman? I've not seen Arrested Development.
Water, by the way.
So I've heard it's outstanding. But there's a podcast, and I forget the name of it, but it's Jason Bateman, Will Arnett, and the guy that played Jack, Sean. What's his face? He played Jack on Will and Grace. Oh my God,
just Jack.
Jazz hands.
I can't snap.
They had my favorite show ever. They had some. They had some clips of the one talk show this past, the podcast this past week. It is freaking hysterical. I need to find the name of it, but you guys have got to watch it. Jason Bateman is hysterically funny. My friends had it on in
the car, I think.
Maybe I can find it. But anyhow, it's really funny.
Yes. I like Jason Bateman. I also really liked him in Ozark, but Ozark gave me really bad anxiety. So
I did not see Ozark.
Ozark is very good. It is not, I mean, it's a serious... He brings some humor because he has a kind of a consistent role in a lot of not a role. His character is kind of consistent through the different things he plays, where he's kind of straightforward with a little bit of sarcasm. Like he plays a very similar role in a lot of what he's in. And although Ozark is a very serious show, there's like dark humor in there because you can't help but laugh. Like it's some of the fucked up shit that goes on.
I can't believe that Justine Bateman is his sister.
I loved
Facts. I mean, she's Family Ties. She's funny, but he's really funny.
He's good. He is very good.
She's not aged well.
She's
not. I mean, I have never heard to talk, but she has gone like, I don't know if she's done this holistic thing or whatever, but she's just letting it go. Like her hair.
Pamela Anderson, she doesn't do makeup now. It's
I know.
Good for her. Look, I had to wear makeup because I put my brows on.
Wait, there are a couple of things.
Wait, I have to go back to Florida.
Okay.
So we're in Florida. It's the day before, it was the afternoon before we went home, and then all hell broke loose before I had to leave the next day. We're at this great little French bistro. It was great. I mean, it was awesome. And I made friends with the bartenders, of course. We'd ordered food to share at the table, and we ordered escargot, and it comes in a little, if you've never ordered escargot, it comes in a little, like, cast iron thing with, like, 6 little, like, divots in it. And then in each little divot, like an egg snail almost, you know, like, you put, so it's, for the snails, each little divot has a snail in it. And then it's not in the shell. And then it's and it's like, if you've never had them, I highly recommend it. It sits in a garlic butter sauce with like some other stuff.
It smells good. Green. I want no parts of snails, but it smells good.
It's green. I mean, it's green. Like I put like herbs in it to make it green. It was fucking salty. It was so good. And I'm trying to like.
Usually they give you butter. I mean, bread.
They gave us like a crispy fucking croissant type thing on top. So it was crumbling and falling apart. So I'm taking my fork and I'm like digging at it, like licking the fork. Finally, there's like nobody. I just stuck my fucking finger in the divot.
Why didn't you just take it and go like this?
Well, it was kind of big for me to put to I would run all over. Like 6 or 7 divots in there. So the bartender, like, she comes over and I was like, oh my God, please take this away from me. I'm like, it's like all over me. I'm like, you gotta take this away from me. She's like, isn't it so good? I'm like, it is. I'm like, it's so good that I may or may not just have my finger in each one of those. She looked at me and she laughed. She goes, and I love that about you. I love that you did that.
She doesn't even know you.
Right?
But she's gotten it nailed.
Right?
Yeah.
So, which remind me to talk about the waitress at the restaurant that we went to over the weekend. But, so we're sitting there and the TV is on at the bar. And here's like a horrific, I texted you about the horrific news that's on. So we were in Florida and on the news right then was talking about a man and his dog killed by a bear. Like an elderly man in Florida. Bear killing that is on record.
In Florida.
In the state of Florida.
It was not a grizzly bear. They don't live down there. It was a black bear.
And then the next fucking sentence, a woman was... it's not funny. It's not funny that she was killed. Sorry, it's my own dark humor. In the next fucking segment was that this woman was out canoeing with her husband, canoodled, right? And it was really weird to say. Took her canoe across the water over top of an alligator, which then attacked and killed her. The husband tried to save her.
Yeah, the husband is obviously going to need a lot of therapy.
Institutionalized. I mean, he'll have to be. I would have to be institutionalized the rest of my life. So I was like, what? I'm like, Kelly, wait, check out the fucking news. But you had the news here. And then on my phone,
well, first of all, let's backtrack. It rolled her. Like, I think she actually drowned. The cause of death was drowned because he takes her under and like that.
I would have rather like a tooth to my neck and fucking bled out because that'd be faster than drowning, which would be look. And then while I'm texting you like the segments about this. Up on my phone pops this either ostrich or emu that was loose on the fucking highway in Philadelphia. So, because I was away and then I got back and slept.
People and their exotic animals. Because I don't even know. I don't even know. Let me look up.
I have not followed up, and they didn't know.
Maybe somebody was filming that insurance commercial, the emu commercial. Right. What's the insurance?
I can't remember. Yeah, but
emu.
Yeah,
I hate emus.
I hate emus. Hater things. I hate emus.
It's a large bird. It's a large bird. Just like ostriches. They scare me. They are very prehistoric. They are very dinosaur. They are dinosaurs in modern times. An ostrich egg is like this.
I watched this lady on this.
I don't know, but they scare me. Birds scare me. And not because of the movie, the Alfred Hitchcock movie. It has nothing to do with that.
That does terrify me a little bit.
It doesn't.
Those birds, like black crow birds.
Just scares me. Just scares me. I'm going to be attacked by the talons.
When I started teaching in Philadelphia and the seagulls would swarm the schoolyard.
Oh.
First of all, when I moved here, I didn't know the fucking seagulls lived in Philadelphia. But they do.
Yeah, they fly in.
They fly in. And they would swarm the fucking schoolyard because they would sell soft pretzels at school and then the kids would toss out fucking pieces of pretzels. My kids knew after the first day of school, you don't feed these birds. You do not. You want to feed the bird, you wait till you get home and feed the bird at home. Do not feed the birds in the schoolyard.
Okay, so here we go. Escaped emu captured on busy highway in King of Prussia.
If you have not seen this, Google it.
People
are chasing it. It was a hell of a thing.
And then there's a debate. This is on YouTube. Was it an emu or an ostrich
was
captured wandering on I-76?
I can't even.
I just don't even. I want to know where it goes. Like, did it escape from the zoo? I don't understand.
I don't know where it came from.
An emu was caught waddling along the Pennsylvania Turnpike.
It is a hell of a thing. Right?
Near Golf Road in King of Prussia.
And all of this animal shit came up like all at once on my phone. I was like, what is happening with the animal world?
There are more and more animal-human interactions. You know, people laugh, but that's what it is. So it just said it was caught. I don't have time to like go through. It didn't die and they got it.
While we're talking about animals, tell us about the meth raccoon.
Oh my God.
There's some crazy animal shit this week.
I don't even know the full story. I might have to look this up. So this woman was pulled over. I forget why.
I thought they found the car by itself.
Maybe. And they ran the tags and the woman or the owner was had a warrant out for her arrest. And I don't know. I'm gonna botch the story, but the point of it is that they got to the car. And they
interviewed. There was not a person in the car. Just the raccoon.
Right. Time out. They interviewed the two officers on the news.
I'm gonna have to look this up.
And they were laughing, retelling the story.
How can you not? I mean, how can you not?
And they're like legit. It's like an interview for the news, and they're trying not to laugh, but they are. They're like, we've seen some strange things.
Out west somewhere.
I'm gonna try and find. So the vehicle was. For some reason, they ran the tags. It was stopped. They went to see nobody was in it. I guess the woman came back. They arrested the woman because she was, there was a warrant for her arrest for something.
There's a ton of drug paraphernalia and drugs in the car.
Well, there's that. But there was a warrant still for her arrest. Yes, I don't know. But then they look at the raccoon, which she had as a pet since it was a baby. She had
papers for it. She was allowed to have it.
Yeah.
She had a permit for that. She was not arrested for having the raccoon.
And her car looked a little bit like a hoarder's car, but at any rate,
I think.
So the raccoon comes over to the driver's window where the officers are, and they have this on their cam, their body cam. It has the crack pipe with no crack in it, but
the meth pipe,
but residue in it. So the cop took it, and then the raccoon gets the other one. There were two in the car.
Also, if you've not seen this, I mean, it was on the national news.
That's how it was on
the ABC News or something.
So
you should check this out.
So then they took the second meth pipe from the raccoon, and then as a side note, they said that the raccoon is fine. They took it to a vet.
No drugs.
No drugs in its system. But that lady's in a lot of trouble.
I mean, her pet raccoon had a hold of her meth pipe.
I mean, first of all, why do you have a pet raccoon?
I can't.
Wait, there's something else. I'm trying to see if I can. Oh, here it is. Here. No. Here it is.
made contact with the driver who had the suspended license and the warrant for arrest.
Is that a raccoon?
Yes.
She told me she did not want to open the door because of the raccoon between her feet. At first, obviously, I thought maybe that was some kind of joke.
Don't attack me, please.
It was no joke.
Is it like a pet or...
After Victoria Pagefidel exited her car, what happened next was even more of a shock.
The raccoon Chewy popped his head up, and when I turned to look inside the vehicle to make sure he could hop out, that's when I noticed he was holding a glass methamphetamine pipe.
The raccoon has her meth pipe.
He's laughing.
As what?
Oh my God.
Her meth pipe.
Oh my God.
He's playing with the meth pipe right now.
I mean, so there you have it.
I have one more crazy animal story. What the fuck with the animals this week?
Yeah.
I'm laying in bed yesterday morning because I woke up prematurely, and I knew Joe was going to get up soon, so I was waiting for him to get up because I had my hot dog sleep mask on with the big googly eye things on it. So I wanted to startle him a little bit with it. So I waited. I saw on my phone, and there's this woman in Washington State, and I saw this online. I watched like the news article about it quietly. She has her and her husband and their dog Gnocchi. I don't know how to pronounce that word, like the gnocchi that you eat at the Italian restaurant. Gnocchi. Gnocchi. I don't even know. So anyway, God. There was this giant bald eagle sitting on their deck. Did you see this?
No.
Giant bald eagle just sitting there staring into the glass, and the dog was getting a little agitated. It was like a lab or something. The dog was getting agitated. The woman was afraid, and like said to her husband, like, well, I mean, would it just grab a hold of Gnocchi and take it?
Yeah.
Well, the dog was not a puppy. It was a big dog, and the husband's like, oh yeah. So they call the wildlife and game and wildlife commission people, whatever, who said, and this is the part that's fucked up that I did not know, other than that it could take a dog that big. Don't worry, it probably just ate a deer, and they can't fly for 24 to 48 hours after it eats a deer. The fuck? I thought they took like little animals.
No. No, they do. But there was
a full deer.
They took a baby deer in Yellowstone. There was video. Took 1 year we were there. Took
sorry, George.
A squirrel. An eagle came down, took a baby deer up in the air. You look up in the air, and there's the fawn in the air with the...
I had no idea. It's fucking dangerous. Who knew?
Some people are outside with their little dogs, like those little Yorkshire Terriers or whatever, and they're like afraid. They're like have to go back in.
Fuck. I mean, Christ. Look, get yourself a husky. I don't know what to tell you.
It'll
or
still
a horse.
take a husky.
Right? What?
It'll still take a husky.
Look, you gotta protect your dog
so
from the bald eagle.
I'm not done with animal things. There are a couple other things. On a sad note...
Wait, I wasn't done.
Oh, okay.
So the lady said, sure enough, like the next day, it kind of hung out on the deck for a little while. It didn't move. Kind of just sat there for like a day or two.
Go to the yard.
And then finally, it flew off after it digested said fucking deer. The fuck? I was this is like prehistoric. Like, who knew? I had no idea.
Birds, they're dinosaurs, I'm telling you.
I had no idea.
So, on a sad note, the alligator that starred in Happy Gilmore died.
Christ.
Of old age in Colorado. Who keeps track of this? Like, was it in a zoo?
Why is it in Colorado?
Was it in a zoo?
They're not native.
An alligator that appeared in numerous TV shows and films over 3 decades, most notably in Happy Gilmore.
Dundee movies?
No. Most notably, Happy Gilmore has died at a gator farm in southern Colorado.
There we go.
Okay, and then I still don't know if this is true. I need to verify this, but there is this thing that says Finland uses reflective paint on reindeer's antlers to prevent accidents.
Well, isn't that fucking smart?
But how are you getting to the antlers on the elk or the reindeer to put that on?
Well, I don't think reindeer are aggressive.
Oh yeah, they're not going to let you stand there and paint their antlers, for God's sakes.
Well, okay, elk might be. Caribou, I don't think. First of all,
these are reindeer.
They drive caribou are reindeer, and they drive Santa's sleigh. And I'm pretty sure that they are docile creatures, and they would allow to be painted.
Okay, I want you to go paint one and let me know how that works out.
Okay.
Officials in Finland are painting reindeer antlers with reflective paint to reduce the car accidents during dark winters. The project, led by Reindeer Herders Association, helps drivers
There's a whole association.
spot the animals at night, cutting the risk of collision. I mean,
when
there's
did you get your nails done?
The other day.
Like, look at yourself.
No, wait. So wait, and there's one more. There's one more.
Mine are a hot mess.
There's one more about a monkey. A baby spider monkey and 2 rattlesnakes were discovered during a California meth bust. So this meth house had...
What is it with meth and wild animals? The fuck?
They had a baby spider monkey and 2 rattlesnakes.
They're so cute though, so they rip your face off.
Until they rip it off, yeah. And then, I have to turn this down. Just because we're talking about airlines and animals, this is an insect. This would, I don't know what would skeeve me out more, seeing an alligator live or this. But there were roaches spotted on the Spirit airline inside, going up the walls.
Oh my God.
It says, this is crazy. Spirit Airlines passenger spots roaches on plane, and they video them. You can see them go.
I mean, I know that it happens, like, especially, like, we saw them when we were in New Orleans. They're in cities. They're in old cities. When I was teaching in Philadelphia, we fucking had them all over the building. I mean, I had a zip bag. I mean, I kept it I kept my bags in a Tupperware, like one of those giant Tupperware containers with the snap lock lid. I mean, I would, in the morning, like, open it up, put it in there, snapped it shut. With
Those
my
things
coat,
were huge.
With my coat. I mean, these fuckers could, like, ride the back of the horse down the hallway.
My God.
They were, and then New Orleans had them just the same. But Joe and I have been out in the city at various, like, old buildings that are bars.
Right.
Like historic, when I came, like, they're not allowed to put an elevator in and stuff because like, they're old historic buildings. And we have seen roaches. And then I'm like, I just hope that the kitchens are clean. Because we've eaten, both the times that it happened, I've seen the roaches. There was a roach there. And so I'm like, luckily I'd eaten before I saw the roaches.
There was a roach on our table at a very fine restaurant in Malvern. And we were with friends, and I didn't really know what it was, but I was sitting, there was like a little tiny wall here, you know, to separate you from this booth, but like real tiny. It was a fancy restaurant, dark lit. Dim lit. And dim lit. And like a little tiny dim light, not even a candle, but a little light on the table. And I look over, I'm like, oh my God, I didn't know what it was. I just knew it was a bug. It was a fucking roach. And thank God John told me that it was a roach after we left, but we've never been back to that restaurant.
No, you don't go back.
And John didn't really eat much of his dinner.
It's one thing, like I said, like in the city when it's happened, we had already eaten. So then I'm like, we're just having beers. I'm like, okay, like I made sure like my purse is like, I don't put my purse on the floor anyway. Like hardly ever in my house. Otherwise, no. So I'm like holding onto my purse with a crossbody, whatever. Like it's not on the floor. But we were out to eat. Also, we were in like the King of Prussia Malvern area. Mm-hmm. Friend of ours in town on business. Go and meet them for dinner. Meet her for dinner. And we ordered an Irish coffee after dinner. Bailey's Irish coffee.
Are you gonna ruin this for me?
I looked in there's a fucking little, I know what roaches look like because they were in my classroom for 13 years. Oh, and I put it, and I sent it back. Do you want another one? I don't want a fucking another one. I don't want another one. I'm done here. Give me the bill. I am done. I am fucking done. Oh my God, I can't. Oh, speaking of fucking bugs.
Wait, roaches are going to survive, they say there's
like a 60-minute thing one. It was years ago, there was a 60-minute episode, the show 60 Minutes, about the fucking roaches and how like they're like indestructible. So last week we were on vacation. We went to this, and so every place we went, because it's not like the hot season yet, so every place was like open air right now. Like so all like they all have doors that come down and like close off, but otherwise everything is just open air for now, like very like beachy. We were not on the beach, but it's like very like beachy in that way.
Air,
open
breeze,
nice air, breezes, right? But soon they're gonna have to close it off because that's about to be fucking hot season anyway. So we go to this one place, and there's a happy hour starts like early down there because like the old people start drinking at like 1 or 2. So here we are because like happy hour, right?
1 or 2 in the afternoon.
So this place we're at, we went to lunch first, and then we go to happy hour, and this place. So I ordered a mojito, which I wanted something kind of refreshing and like because it was hot out. We've been walking around a little bit, so I thought, how about a mojito? Get the mojito, and there's fruit flies swimming in the top. I call the bartender over. We're all like, I send it back. Let me preface this also with I already had drinks at the first place we were at before we got here. I think I did.
Did you drink them there?
I did have, no, I already had a couple of drinks before we ended up at this place. So I order, so he's like, oh, sorry. So he makes me another one. Comes over, there's the mint, whatever. And so I just dug the fuckers out with my finger and went through it all and thought the alcohol will kill it. He did not comp me that fucking drink. Oh. I mean, how many fruit flies? Fruit flies under my wine all the time. Oh. One at a time, not like 2. But I dug the 2 out. I thought he would comp me, didn't even comp me. And then I ordered my final glass of wine, and I switched to wine because I'm like, I was done with the fucking mojito. And I probably never order mojito again. unless I'm making it myself. I need to get a muddler though. I don't have a muddler. Anyway, so do you know what that is?
Yes.
Okay. So I don't know. So it's like the only bar tool that I don't have.
It looks like a mortar and pestle.
Right, but it's for drinks. Anyway, so
you muddle the herbs.
What was I say? So I ordered a glass of. I switched to wine after this because it's like $8 a glass or whatever during happy hour. I ordered one more. Happy hour had ended. Guess how much that glass of wine was?
$20.
$21.
Oh, that was
and then that was it, and then we're done. And I'm like, shut it down. And we went home.
Shut it down.
The first day we were out, we went to lunch. That was like the second day we had the lobster salad. It was really good. We're bouncing around. This was the same day that I had the fruit flies, right? Whatever. So on the way home, I'd had a lot to drink at that point, right? We all had. So we're heading home, and I said the word fuck 22 times on the way home.
Nice. In the Uber? Was it in the Uber?
And there was a rainbow, right? And I forgot about it. My friend was like, remember the rainbow? He's like, you took it. I've seen him on pictures of the rainbow. I'm like, I really the rainbow. It's a huge rainbow. Like, oh, the fucking rainbow. 22 times. He tipped him $1.25 for each time I said it.
Oh.
It's like, the guy was just driving.
God.
I was sitting up front with him, kind of giving me like the
you were
side
up
eye.
front? Oh my God.
There were 4 of us, so 3 in the back, and I sat up front.
I would have been like, no, you're in the back.
Right, no, so we tipped him out. The guy was super nice, so my friend left her sunglasses in the car, and he came to the door and like delivered them, which is, because if you ever leave something in an Uber, there's like a delivery fee, like a $75 delivery fee or something for them to bring it back.
Yeah, but at least you get your shit back, and someone else hasn't stolen it.
Well, yeah, but so luckily he sold them and brought them to the door, which was very nice. And I have 13 pictures of this lovely rainbow through the
glass.
Through the glass. Wow. So
wow.
All right.
Wait. I have something. So
okay.
you do your Scottish words.
Yes.
Well, so there was something on the internet that somebody sent me, and it's an Irish guy, and he wasn't doing so much as the actual words, more like the lexicon of it. Is that the word I want? Like where it's derived from? Somebody help me out here. I don't know. But so he wants to, like, here in these States we call it horseback riding. He's like, why the fuck do you call it horseback riding? Where else are you what other part of the horse are you gonna ride on? It's the back. So we just say in Ireland horse riding instead of horseback riding. And then tuna, I guess there's a CH sound for the T sound in Ireland. So it's tuna.
When you say TH there, they say, with a TH sound, they say t, not th.
So it's tuna. And not tuna, it's tuna.
I've never heard that before.
I'm going to
watch a lot of TV.
And he goes, and why are you calling it fish? It is
like, for example,
tuna. I'm going to have a tuna sandwich.
Instead of, like, they say ta, like, they'll say, like, more like, it's almost like more like tanks than it is thanks. Like,
yeah.
The TH sound isn't really there.
Well, tuna is not a TH.
Well, I'm gonna have to fucking
but they call it tuna. And why are you saying fish? I think it's a good point. And then why is a sidewalk called a sidewalk? It's called a footpath. You're walking on it.
I knew that from watching Vera.
Footpath. I know, but it's interesting. And then film, he put up the word film, movie, film, and he says, it's not film, it's film. You put a U in there. I was like, I don't think I've heard that one.
Interesting.
Film.
I don't have any new words.
Film.
Sarah sent me a thing. I have to go back to it. It had I read them to you. I remember I read them to you, but that was 2 weeks ago, and I can't remember all that, so I need to go back to it. I'll write them down and share them. Like Scottish sayings that you would only know. They don't translate into English. Oh. And I don't remember them off the top of my head because I just pickled my fucking brain last week, so I can't.
So you and Joe are going to the Metallica concert?
We are next weekend. I ordered earplugs. They're coming today. They're supposed to be good. Concert earplugs. Because tell them.
No, because they're loud, and you can discuss that in a minute. But
that's why I bought the earplugs.
Virginia Tech, they performed a Virginia Tech concert. University of Virginia Tech.
That's not what it's called. It's called Virginia. It is a university / college, whatever you want to call it. But it's called Virginia Tech. For those of you that do not live
in Blacksburg,
in
Virginia, for God's sakes. So anyhow, Metallica had a concert there, and they were playing Enter Sandman, their song. And the crowd's eruption, noise, stomping, all of it, and just the music alone caused it to register on the seismograph. The seismograph.
Isn't it?
Seismograph?
No, the Richter scale.
Yeah, but it's called, the instrument is actually called a size.
Okay. It translated into an earthquake.
Yeah.
It came up as an earthquake in Virginia.
It triggered a small earthquake.
Of the sound. Did it trigger an actual earthquake, or just because the ground shook right there that it seemed
This is what I wrote from when I looked it up. It said triggered a small earthquake. The seismograph recorded ground tremors by concert's energy.
Well, I said to Joe after I saw that, and I ordered the fucking earplugs for us, and I said, I'm like, I don't know if South Philly is quite ready because it's in an open air stadium. It'd have to be, otherwise it'll blow the fucking roof off. I was like, I don't think that South Philly is ready for the noise that's about to come out of there next weekend.
Yeah, it was
and
outside.
It's multiple nights. It's not even like one night. It's multiple nights. I am very excited though. This is like my first, not my first, well, this is like, I think my first like hard rock. I saw Guns N' Roses. Metallica's like different, like next level though, I feel like. I mean, like.
They're a lot older now though.
But they could fucking do it though.
Yeah.
Oh, and we have the new Pope. The new Pope is from Philadelphia area.
The new Pope. Yay.
He turned down, Villanova asked him to come and speak at commencement next year. He had to decline.
He already declined it?
Yeah.
It's in a year from now.
Joseph was kind of quick about that.
Yeah, how's he know what he's... Well, he's a graduate of Villanova.
He was supposed to receive an award here for something before he became Pope. He was supposed to receive some sort of award here for something or other, but he had to decline it because his schedule is now full. He has a tight schedule.
He is from Chicago, born and raised there, went to Villanova as an undergrad, for those of you who don't know, as a math major. So Villanova,
I'm sure at this point everybody knows.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're living under a fucking rock.
Well, you know.
I mean.
But the day that he was announced, the Villanova Chapel on the campus rang the bells. There was a big celebration. Big time.
It was very exciting.
It was very exciting.
Yes. And I'm the one that got to tell Joe because I was looking at my phone.
The first American
Pope.
Pope.
I bounced out of bed and I'm like, Joe, there's smoke. There's white smoke. There's white smoke. And he's like, oh my God, really? And then.
I enjoyed watching David Mirror from the ABC Evening News. I enjoy watching him a lot. He was over there live.
He is attractive.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so in other news, before I get to my fucking horrible human antics, those of you, this made national news. So those of you across the country may have seen this. Those of you overseas may have even heard about it. We live in what's called Delaware County. We're in Pennsylvania, but yes, Delaware County. We're near the Delaware River and the Delaware border. The Delco Pooper. The Delco Pooper. And it was not me. Because as much as I talked about shitting on my neighbor's doorstep, because as much as I would like to shit on my neighbor's doorstep.
The fact that you even have to preface
it kind of makes me gag a little bit. So I encourage you, if you want to hear about
national
this,
news. National
look up
news.
Delco Pooper. They edited the news so it's not overly graphic.
You can't see her pooping on the car.
But she gets mad at the car behind her, gets out of her car, goes, shats upon the hood of the car behind her in the diarrhea form, and then gets back in her car and goes away. And then later that day or the next day she was arrested.
And she is laughing the whole time she's being arrested. It's all on tape.
I said, but you can see how a person is driven to it. So
but it was first of all, it wasn't on a high. It wasn't on a highway.
Like a back road.
It was on a neighborhood back road, not a back road, but like a neighborhood road with stop signs.
Like out here.
And somebody, I guess there was like a 4-way stop, and the reason it's on video is because somebody had it on their car cam. Meanwhile, why are you driving around with your phone on all the time? The car cam.
Uber or whatever, they usually have a cam in the car.
I guess I don't know, but the people that recorded it
theft too,
and then sent it to the news, or the news asked for it, could not even believe their eyes. There's some commentary like she just what? Yeah, she ran over there. Who has time on demand? There's so many questions.
Well, she said
so many people have so many questions.
I have an illness. Well, she said she's getting in the police car. She's like, I have an illness. I mean, clearly she had an illness, right? Because how do you poop on command? So although
how do you poop?
When
and
I was
it was
doing
diarrhea.
a little
it looked
research,
like baby diarrhea.
It was disgusting. When I was doing a little bit of research though, and I think that she does like some weird kink shit on demand. I don't know if it was real news or fake. I stopped reading.
I don't know, but it made national news.
Like weird things you can hire her for.
When the story was first broken, there were people saying, "Oh, this is fake. This is an AI image." All this. So then they had to get the police on, and the police.
It's a very serious matter. We are taking this very seriously.
The police officer was like, "I would like to report that this is false news, but unfortunately is not." So she got some kind of harassment. These are just some of the indecent exposure, harassment,
public defecation. I don't even know what.
Vandalism. Yeah, public. Well, you get in trouble for public urination, so I'm sure there's one for public defecation.
You just want to let dudes get in trouble for that, because I've been caught several times peeing in public.
First of all, why did the woman driving the car?
I never got cited for it.
God.
Just
can you imagine?
Pull your pants up, move along.
Can you imagine?
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
I know, but can you imagine what mom and dad would have said?
I mean, I was on campus. I remember I was in my early 20s. I was actually, I might have been right after college. I was either in college still or right after college. And
Mike, we found your daughter.
We were at a bar where Zeno's having drinks and there was a free concert on campus. I want to say it was 10,000 Maniacs. But no. It was the Blister in the Sun. Who was that?
Violent Femmes.
It was Violent Femmes.
Love the Violent Femmes.
Playing for free on Old Main Lawn. My friend and his then girlfriend and I head up to watch, across the street to go listen to the band. And now we're out of the bar and she and I have to pee. So we go into some bushes, a little thicket right there. We go into some bushes.
That's why you get ticks.
That's why I don't pee in public now. That's why I don't go outside. Right, squat down, get our shorts, and we're both squatting, and here comes the cop with a flashlight on us. He's like, pull your pants up. He's like, go find a bathroom. I'm like, we just did. He's like, this is in the bathroom now. So we run to the parking garage, a block away.
Did they have it locked? Did they have
fucking
it
locked?
Yeah.
And then what did we do? We ended up 2 blocks down at our church, at the church of St. Paul's.
Was that open?
Yes, they were. It was this was during Arts Fest, so they were open. They were giving out hot dogs, or having a hot dog thing or something. I remember we got a hot dog after we used the bathroom. I went running in. I'm like, this is my church. I have to use the bathroom. We go running in and use the bathroom. It's 9:00 at night. Anyway, look.
Wow.
Okay, moving on. So speaking of shitting on people's doorsteps or on people's cars, wanting to shit on someone's doorstep. So yes, it's not me.
Wait, but I still have questions. Why the woman whose car got shat on? Why did she say stop? I would have continued to drive. I would have driven.
I don't know. I don't understand. The whole thing was fucked up. So because I've often said I'd like to go shit on my neighbor's doorstep, which of course I would never do, but I would like to.
But you put it out there. People have heard you.
Right? The night before we leave, the day before we're leaving for vacation.
Oh, here we go.
The fucking cop and his wife, fucking whore wife that she is, right? I don't have any time for these fucking people in my neighborhood.
Oh.
They, without us knowing, and the township code says, if you're going to block the fucking road at either end, so traffic can't get through.
For a block party.
1, you need to have, the proper paperwork from the township, and 2, you're supposed to notify all the neighbors. Do you think that anyone came to this fucking door or even put a fucking note in the mailbox to say, oh, hey, neighbor, I know you don't like us. Meanwhile, they're the assholes. We have done nothing to them. She came to our door. We had no idea who she was. Came to the door one day, wanting to know if she could get her son's basketball back that was in our backyard. We'd been away for days. It was over Christmas. There's someone knocking at the door. We ignore it because we're resting. We're going to a dinner party later that night. We're resting, ignoring said door. I'm watching her on the video camera walking around our house and trying to get in the gate trying to get in through the gate, the locked gates. This is a cop's wife, trying to figure out how to get in. Comes back to the door and is relentlessly knocking. Now we're resting. We're in the living room, and which the door is right there.
Can she hear that you're in the house?
Well, the TV is on, and she saw us obviously pull up. Now we're home. But I'm literally my feet are up. We're both resting. We have our eyes closed. The TV's on, whatever. But this woman's incessantly knocking at the door. It was a few years ago. And they were new to the neighborhood. I had no idea who she was. So I answered the door with my makeup on from the night before, right? We got up and came back here from Mom and Dad's after Christmas. When we were there that week. And I'm like, yes? And she's like, hi, I was wondering, can I get my son's basketball in your backyard?
Not even hi, I'm...
No, so I knew, she didn't introduce herself. I have no idea who she is, right? You go to someone's door for the first time, you start with a fucking introduction. And an apology for interrupting them, especially if they looked as rough as I fucking looked right then, right? You start with hi, I'm so-and-so. I'm so sorry to interrupt you. I'm sorry to bother you. Would it be possible? There was none of that. Hi, could I get my son's basketball for your backyard? No idea who the fuck she is. And I was like...
and I'm in the middle of something.
I'm sorry. I'm in my bare feet. It's December. I was like, I'm sorry. I'm not going to the backyard right this minute, but I'll get it. I'll get it for you at some point. And she looked at me like I fucking slapped her. She was so stunned. And I wasn't even rude. I have no idea who this woman was. I wasn't rude at all. I said, I'm sorry. I'm not doing that right now. We just got home. I'm resting.
I'm in the middle of things.
I didn't know who she was, but I'm I thought it was a friend of somebody in the neighborhood or whatever, a babysitter or somebody, I don't know. And she was kind of young looking, I don't fucking know. I'm sorry, I'll get it eventually. I'll put it out the front door, but I'm not doing it right now. I'm on my bare feet, I'm resting. And so she's looking at me like I've slapped her. And she's like, well, it's a Christmas gift, he really wants it back. Well, maybe she should have gone to the park at the end of the fucking street to play fucking basketball instead of the neighbor's house. The basketball net's long gone. It's a whole other story for a whole other fucking time.
Wow.
Anyway, so that was our introduction to this woman, right? So then, because of the problems we have said fence with locked gates because of the people who live behind us, and it was like a game for them to play basketball and then get them in our yard, and for us to have to call the police because they climbed the very dangerous fence, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, yes, we became those people because we were driven to it. So then we fast forward to the summer months, the spring and summer months, and we know who the kids are in the neighborhood. We got home from your house one night. It was like warm out, nice time, and we drive past the people behind us, the fucktard behind us. We drive past their house. We see cop and whore wife. We see their kid, who we know, playing basketball with the fucktards behind us. They see us come in, and they you know, we can hear. It's not that far away, and they yelled something and stopped playing basketball, and we're watching them out the fucking window of our house come down the sidewalk and around, and then the cop and his whore wife, their son, comes to the door, banging on the door. What do they call it? Like the ding and ditch, but our doorbell. But we didn't have the ring doorbell yet. They couldn't ring it. So he pounds on the door. It's like 9 o'clock, 9:15 at night. There's a baby in the house next to us, along with 2 other little kids, and he's screaming. It's fucking spit, screaming like a fucking banshee right through our yard. It's annoying. We know who it is. We saw him. So Joe walks over, and everybody around here keeps their fucking front doors open. I don't understand that. My fucking door is locked. It's shut and locked. It's not.
Yeah,
everybody around here.
It's a Philly thing,
right?
I think.
Leave the door open. Everybody welcome. Fuck you. Get away from my door. We locked the storm door.
My
right?
God.
Because remember the lady she's peering in our window of our fucking front door. The fuck. We have crazy fucking people in this neighborhood that really just cross the line.
They cross it.
And this is why I fucking hate people. So Joe walks over to the house. Cop isn't there. He's working night shift. Says to whore wife, could you please just ask your son just to please leave us alone?
Yeah.
He's banging on the door and screaming. I don't know if it was him. And Joe goes, well, I can show you the security camera. And she's like, I don't know that that's him. He goes, would you like to see it again? We know it's fucking him. Why do you think we're at your fucking door? So at this point, though, we also had a relationship and had a policeman assigned to us because of the bullshit that was happening in the fucking flagrant neighborhood nonsense. And so when I emailed the cop that I was in touch with that was assigned to us, and I gave the name of the neighbor whose child was doing this, and it's a cop in the next township, but still they all know each other. After that night and that day, that the cop who lived here, he used to at least smile and say hello, and I recognized him because I saw him outside. I never saw her. I didn't know who she was. We didn't know who she was that day at Christmas till we watched on the video camera. We watched where she went after she left here, and then saw that she walked into that house. That's how we knew
really amazing
where she fucking lived. No idea what her name was. No, the only reason we even know their last name is because Joe fucking looked it up because it's public knowledge, right? Okay, so fast forward. And we're the assholes because we simply asked. Joe asked very nicely for just to stop. Right. Could you please just ask him to stop? Could you imagine if someone came to mom and dad? There would be a fucking question whether or not it was us.
Oh yeah, and then we would have been like, you're grounded from the phone or something. We wouldn't even been
asked if we fucking did it. If an adult came to the door and said, "Can you please have your kids stop doing this?" It would not even have fucking mattered if we did it or not. It would have been assumed that we did, and it would have been shut down. Right, shut down.
Well, first of all, mom and dad taught us better than that, right? So we wouldn't have been doing that. So we're the assholes, and it's been fascinating because it's all that some of the neighbors first were victimized by the neighbors, and then because we fight back in some manner, nice manner, then we're villainized for it. So all the neighbors hate us because we fucking stood up for ourselves. And this is why you want to shit on their
yards.
And
this is why I want to shit on their doorstep, right? So the day before we're leaving for vacation, 2 weeks ago, right? They got this giant fucking blow up fucking thing in the front yard. Right?
A moon bounce thing.
It's not in the street. But that guy, I think because he's a cop, and without telling us, without any notification to us, all the other neighbors knew because all the neighbors were allowing their driveways to be used. So obviously all the neighbors were told, except for us, we were not notified. They shut the road down on either end with fucking barricades. I mean, I can't even. So Joe
I can't believe they didn't even tell you.
Not even a note in the fucking.
Yeah.
I'm still on the verge of emailing the cop that I'm.
Well, now it's over with.
No, just to say, what exactly for the next time this happens, so that we know. Jody looked it up, the town code. Look? He did it on his own because he's a cop and he can get away with it.
Well, maybe are you
and
sure?
I don't care. Yeah, the ordinance says you have to. There has to be written notification.
Right, but I'm wondering if he did everybody but you.
I'm still going to dig into it, just because I want to know, and it's not going to fucking happen again. So Joe goes to leave to go to mass. Well, the street's barricaded. So the fucking whore wife is hiding. Joe sees her. She hides behind a fucking bush, and she didn't come out to move the barricade for him. She watches him behind a bush. She fucking hides because Joe sees her hiding. Then one of the kids ran over to her, and they're quietly hiding and watching.
Really?
I would have driven through the fucking barricade. You would have seen me on the news. Maybe I would have gotten shit on the fucking barricade. You would have absolutely. I mean, the rage. 2 weeks later, the rage I still have. So Joe had to get out. So he moved the barricade and then got back in the car and drove through. And I'm like, you tell me you did not get the fuck back out and put it back. He's going to get it back out. So she waits because he watches in the rearview mirror. She waits till he gets up the block, and then she comes sneaking back out and then puts it back in place. Okay, fine. It is what it is. Then we come home that night.
Wait, he has to move it when he gets home from church.
No, he came to get me, so he didn't have to get out. I went to the fucking corner, and we went around. We went to your house for dinner. We come the fuck home. We have a severe thunderstorm going on. We have all kinds of shit popping on my phone, right? And I tell you, it was fucking downpouring. I mean, raining fucking cats and dogs.
And you were so happy.
Pouring down. And we have to get out and move the goddamn thing so we can get up the fucking street.
I would have chucked it.
I said, just fucking run it over. Just run the barrier.
Then he's at fault.
I would have with my little car. I would have just fucking.
But then you're at fault.
So the thunderstorm starts, and they leave the barricades where they are. So now I said to Joe, I'll just jump out and do it. He's like, I'll do it. So he jumps out, moves the barricade so we can get through, jumps back in, and he was fucking soaked.
I'm sure. It was raining so hard.
It was raining so hard that we sat in the car for like 15, 20 minutes before we got out of the car to come in the house. We was waiting for it to slow down because it was that
hard.
And I was like, that fucking barricade better be gone in the morning when we leave for the airport. I mean, it better be fucking gone. And he had gone out.
Or there is going to be some shit on the yard.
He had moved them at some point because obviously people have to get to church in the morning. It's a very Catholic neighborhood. Everybody goes to church up the street. So I am telling you. So this is what drives people to shit out other people's property. This is it. This is the kind. I saw that. I thought, first, please, anyone saying this, do not think I'm a Delco pooper, because I'm not. And as much as I do say and joke about how I would like to do it, I never would.
Well, don't ever say never.
God damn it. I mean, never say never, right? I mean, maybe. Luckily, I was sober that day. Who knows? I would just go and shit on the bouncy house. Right in the middle of the fucking party. How do you like that? How do you like that? I mean, I can't. Okay. I have to move along. But so speaking of horrible fucking humans.
Oh, yeah.
On this morning on the news, Joe comes home from the gym. Did you hear about the dog poisoning? In Broomall?
Those fucking people. Local. This is a local thing.
Local. This is like literally like 3 miles down the road.
But also made national news. Saw it on Good Morning America.
So to sum it up, this family has 2 little dogs. Apparently they bark. I don't know.
They're yappy little dogs. But
yappy little dogs, but whatever. It doesn't even matter what they are.
Right, it's their dogs.
In their enclosed backyard. The guy that lives behind them, apparently a little unstable. They did a little research. He's a little unstable. Obviously, you'll hear this at the end of the story. So the people living in this house with the 2 yappy dogs see the dogs out in the backyard. They're eating something. So they go out and look in the backyard. There's all these little brown like chocolate pellets. So if you don't know this, I just found this out
dogs can't eat
like
chocolate.
20 maybe. I did not know this till I was in college, and I found this out because my friend's dog ate a candy bar that was within reach, and it was a lab, and it killed the lab. I had no idea that dogs were not supposed to have chocolate, and they're not.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I used to know why, but I forget why.
I don't know. It'll kill them. It can kill them. So the little dogs are eating chocolate. They don't know how much they've consumed. They call the vet. They call the police. Blah blah blah. The dogs are fine. They moved the video camera so they had better imaging on the backyard. The fucking guy threw poisoned meatballs into the yard. They saw these things coming over. And
it's rat poison. It had rat poisoning in it.
It had meatballs with rat poisoning in it. Luckily, the dogs did not get a hold of this. The man was arrested. It is out on bail. And the people were like, obviously, I'm a little bit, concerned. Fucking people. Humans suck. I'm telling you, humans fucking suck.
Why do you get out on bail? Is there gonna be does he have, there's gotta be some sort of punishment.
It's speaking of humans suck.
Yeah.
Right? A whole fucking awful fucking humans. a comedy show. So we get back from last week from Florida, and Kelly and Joe and I go to a comedy show.
Which you need to see or hear about. She's on.
People that aren't local probably wouldn't be interested.
No,
but anyway,
they can find him.
This guy Troy does drag on the side for his job. It is his job, but he does this. It's called Aunt Mary Pat, and he impersonates in drag form this like a Delaware County, Philadelphia area called Delco woman. It's humorous. Anyway, so there was a show. We went to his show.
It's funny.
We're at the show, and if it interested you, look him up. It's funny. Look her up. It's
Aunt Mary Pat.
Aunt Mary Pat. So we're at the show.
It was delightful. It was delightful.
The sign at the front it was in a bar restaurant that Joe and I like, and there's a sign at the front door that said, because of the show tonight, we won't be seating anybody from 5 to 7, except you have to have a ticket. So Joe and I and Kelly, we get there early because we're gonna have dinner first and want a couple of drinks.
Good seat.
And want a good seat. So they seat us, and there's a table behind us, and there's a couple of guys there playing this fucking like golf machine game thing behind them. So then it turns out they don't have tickets, but they're told they can stay, and they have 2 girls that join them, and they can move to the bar. Well, then they don't move to the bar. Now there's 4 of them, and they're playing the game quietly. The game doesn't make noise, but they're making noise while it's going on. So the women are talking and laughing. They're not there for the show. They don't fucking care. So there's a table behind us, between us and these 4 people playing this fucking golf game. So the table behind us has like 2 men and their wives and like 2 other women. So there's like 6 people. So right behind me is this woman, and across the table from her is this fucking friend of hers.
And we're not far from them. We're like
from
right here to there.
I mean, our chairs are up against
each other.
Her fucking friend would not shut the fuck up. She would not shut the fuck up.
And I'm loud. This woman was really loud. And loud at inappropriate
Every
times.
time that Aunt Mary Pat went to fucking speak, this fucking woman would speak. We're at a show. Shut your fucking hole. And I don't want to get loud because I don't want to like, I don't want to be disrespectful and disrupt the show. I don't want it to escalate. But so every time she would, I'm like, with Kelly and Joe, I'm like, is she gonna fucking talk the whole way through the fucking show? Like, so we have the golf player people being loud. I mean, there's a fucking whore behind me being loud. And finally, we're like missing the show. And finally, Joe is like under his breath, but loud enough.
And it happened to be when Mary Pat got quiet.
Pause. And Joe was like, shut the fuck up. Like, and the friend heard me a couple of times because she shushed her friend. She's like, shh, woman. I mean, literally, why are you at the show if you're fucking? She's asking questions to the people at her table. She's having conversation. You're not here for fucking conversation. You're here for a fucking show. I mean, I can't with that. I like go to the movies and fucking talk through it. I will throw my popcorn at you. This woman's lucky that I did not pick up our water pitcher and just fucking throw it at her. I mean, I was so fucking irritated.
It was bad.
It was so bad. So Aunt Mary Pat hears, we find this out. Aunt Mary Pat pauses for a minute and asks, she thought it was the golf player group,
right.
Which it was them making some of the noise,
right.
But it was also this fucking woman behind me making most of the noise, and looked at the 2 girls and the 2 guys and stopped the show and was like, I forget what he said. Like, is
something
it that,
like,
what is it that funny? Is it that important?
Is it that important?
Is it that important? Because
are you guys gonna? Is it? Yeah. Do you need
right?
to keep? Is it that important? Can you share it? Can
so
you like
the waitress? Somebody came over and said something to them, and then they left after that. But the woman behind me didn't fucking stop talking.
You have to have. It's disrespectful.
I was
if you
so
don't
mad,
like it, leave. Don't sit there and
right?
have a continuing conversation.
I have my glass almost full of fucking beer. The dill beer that I showed a few.
Salt Lick.
I can't. And the waitress who we had it with the first time, who we shared it with her because we're like, oh my god, you have to try this. She went and got a glass, we shared it with her. She was the one that walked over that night last week and said
she was so
they
nice.
had a few cans of it if we wanted it. Like, it's not on the list, but they have it. Just ask them; they'll go and get it. Right? I have a almost full fucking glass of beer, and I'm so fucking.
Thank God I moved.
Up.
Thank God I moved.
You had just moved. She moved across the table, and so I put my hand down. My glass is like right here with my hand down because I'm like the fuck. And knocked the fucking beer. Thank God that I picked your phone up quick too. And then your little pocketbook got it, and I was trying to be quick about it with like 3 napkins. I wasted a full beer. I can't get another one because the last goddamn can of it, and I am missing the show. I'm fucking hostile.
Yeah.
So we get down with the show, and we like whatever. We had some wings. We finished up. We paid the bill. We go outside.
Right. The side note to this is that you bought the ticket, but you could pay an extra fee for after the show to have like your picture have a meet and greet with Aunt Mary Pat and get your picture taken. We did not do that.
So we leave like an hour later. We're watching like the meet and greet, whatever. We leave like an hour later, and there is the guy Troy who plays Aunt Mary Pat out front with his entourage,
Out of costume.
Out of costume. And we stop and tell him how great the show was. Whatever. And I've had a few drinks, and I was like, well, he shook your hand. And then people, I must say, like, hug me. I must say, like, somewhere on me, like, I put out, like, an aura of, like, it's okay to hug me.
Well, you were really going to town, so I think he needed to, like, this woman needs a hug.
Because I was like, that fucking whore behind us, she would not shut the fuck up. And he's like, I heard somebody say, like, shut the fuck up. And Joe was like, yeah, that was me.
But he thought it was to him.
He thought it was, like, well, no, he knew that, he thought it was to the golf group, because that's why he addressed them. He heard it, because he said, like, I'm very much in tune to the audience, and I heard it, like, on a pause, and I thought, so I tried to address it, like, no, thank you, but there's this whore behind me, too. She wouldn't shut the fuck up. And he's like, it's everybody, it's okay to be a whore. It's okay to be a whore. So we're chatting, whatever. I get a hug from when we hug. I can't even, like, awesome guy.
And we didn't even have to pay the $25.
We didn't have to pay extra. I got a fucking hug and didn't have to pay. And so we have to wrap up because we're over an hour. Funny. But I want to finish on a good note. Because I feel like on the ABC Nightly News when they talk about how the world's going to shit, and then they end it with like America Great, whatever the fuck it's called. America Strong. So, because for every fucking asshole out there, for every 10 assholes, there's one nice person. So, Saturday, I was not going to the grocery store. I'm still in recovery mode. I'm not going to the grocery store. Joe and I decided, let's just go out to eat. Let's just go grab a bite. I don't feel like cooking. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Where are we going to go? Let's go back to the Italian place we went to with friends a few weeks ago. I do not take wine. I'm officially, like, I'm drying out for a few weeks. My friend's birthday's coming up, and until then, I've got 3 weeks of eating healthy and being dry.
That's a lie.
We go to the Italian restaurant. This was the waitress I talked about it a few weeks ago. The waitress was hugging me while I was in line for the bathroom, right? My new BFF. We sit down, we're in the same table, the exact same table we were the last time. She recognizes us, and she's excited to see us again, welcomes us back, and she's as friendly as can be. Looking at the menu, we order some, we're getting ready to order some calamari. We haven't gotten there yet. And she's like, oh, where's your wine? Let me open some wine for you. Now, when we're there with friends, we each had a bottle of wine, and there was like 4 bottles of wine on the table. So she's expecting there to be wine. Like, oh, no, we're not having wine, and I'm drying out. She's like, what? Like dry January? I'm like, yeah, something like that. We're just on vacation. And she's like, oh, no, that's absurd. Hang on a minute. I have some in the back. So then she emerges with 2 glasses of red wine. So Joe and I know he's not going to drink his.
Even though it's a BYOB.
She's not selling it. She can give it out.
Got
it.
Got it.
So gives us each a glass of wine. Okay, thank you. And we're looking at the menu, trying to figure out what it is. And they have a really good calamari and a spicy marinara sauce. I don't want to get graphic, but if you eat too much of that spicy marinara sauce,
it's still spicy.
It burns on in and it burns on out.
Oh my god!
It's so gross. It was so
She's
astounding.
telling me this the other day.
I came out of the bathroom, the drum, it smells like.
Oh my god! You are so wrong.
It burns. I called and told I was like,
you are so wrong.
When you have like phenomenal body things that happen, you have to share it. So there.
I don't know if that's phenomenal.
Right? It was a first in my life.
Oh my god!
It's okay. We had the calamari, and I'm trying to figure out what to have for my entree. And I love the fact that like. There's no rush. A lot of places, they'll rush you. You have to order the whole thing at one time. Chef likes it when you order the whole thing at one time.
No, he doesn't.
They're not like that. And the menu is usually the rule is if the menu is overly extensive, I find the food not to be very good.
Now you're making me hungry.
The food is excellent. Last time I had a stuffed veal chop with peppers. This time I cannot decide. And I'm on the edge of like, I really want to be healthy. I want to order salmon and veggies. Or we're still in vacation mode. I'll have pasta one time and then whatever. So I'm looking at the menu. We share a salad, and then she's like, "Have you decided on an entree?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna be healthy here. I'm gonna go with the salmon and the vegetables." And she's like, oh, "We're not gonna consider that. We're not gonna consider that. That's not. No, you gotta pick something else."
No salmon.
So we got
You're in an Italian restaurant. I'm sure it was very good. But why are you ordering the salmon?
I'm sure the salmon was excellent. I often get fish. Joe had a fish special last time. It was amazing. Anyway, in the meantime. Right, we get the Caesar salad, and she sees that we're out of wine, right? So she's like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna eat another glass." I'm like, off she goes.
Oh my god, there's
reappears, bottle of wine in her hand and a corkscrew. I'm just gonna give you guys the whole bottle. You have the whole bottle. If you don't want to drink the whole bottle, that's okay.
I'll drink it.
But and Joe was like, "Oh my god, she had a glass of wine in the back." She was having a glass of wine in the back, and maybe that was the wine that she gave us. Maybe I don't know what was happening, but she gave us a bottle, and I was like, even when I try to be fucking healthy and try to be good. Here I am with a bottle of wine. My win for the night was, though, I'm like, do not let me open a bottle of wine when we get home. I am not opening wine. I did not open wine.
There you go.
We came home, watched another Mission Impossible movie.
There you go.
Because, so Mission Impossible, I said this the other week, the latest one is coming out like next weekend.
Memorial Day weekend.
And I've only seen bits and pieces of all of them. So we've had a movie marathon.
This one looks excellent.
All 7. I've never watched all of them. So we've had a movie marathon since we got back. Also, we've now completed all 7 as of last night. And AMC, starting this summer, AMC theaters are having half off Wednesdays, which is exciting. So we're going to wait and go on a Wednesday.
Well, the other thing I want to say about Mission Impossible, this was just on the news, that it was at the Cannes Film Festival, and it got a 6-minute standing ovation because, and they time it on purpose. It's like a thing at that film festival. They people time these standing ovations for things. So 6 minutes. That was on the news.
You can't always go by that though. There have been movies that went all kinds of shit.
People loved it. They said they loved it.
I liked
it looks
all the
really
movies.
good.
There's a lot of humor in them, which I was not expecting. So it's a lot of humor, mostly from the British guy Benji. There's a lot of fucking humor. It's always the Brits. They bring in the humor.
Yeah,
good humor. This last one though, number 7, the Entity. When I talk about the Entity, so this new movie coming out is a sequel. It's a part 2 to this one. This was kind of like my least favorite though.
Really?
Because there was like a sci-fi kind of
I have
AI
to watch all
aspect
of them, 'cause
thing.
I haven't seen all of them.
It's like time travel. Like don't give me fucking time travel in a movie. I can't. So this was like AI, like computer taking over something. It was kind of like, it was just a little bit.
I have trouble with time travel in a book, let alone a movie.
Yeah, don't give me time travel. My only dislike for Harry Potter is when Hermione got that fucking time travel thing, and it's every time.
I still can't figure it out.
I just shake my fucking head and get fucking hostile about it.
I still can't figure it out.
Because it's not real, and because Harry Potter's real, but that's not real, and I can't. I can understand the quantum realm from Ant-Man in the Marvel movies better than I can. Right? They jump into something and they go into some other world. Okay, fine. They come back out. Time travel, I can't. Every time
I don't get it.
I have to like walk away and like come back. Let me know when the scene's over. I can't do it. Anyway, in my AMC, I was talking about the other week about my AMC gift cards. They wouldn't take them anymore, and I had to email them, and I sent them pictures of them. They emailed me new ones, so I have, which is great. And speaking of email, those of you that have a Ninja pressure cooker that does all the shit, we got on the fucking thing with that during COVID when everybody else was like making bread and frying shit in the air fryer and all the things. So I had like Kohl's Cash or whatever. So I got the Kohl's Cash. I used the Kohl's Cash to get the Ninja. It's an air fryer and a steamer, and it can make fucking yogurt and a crock pot.
It does all the things.
Like 12 different things. We have only ever used it as an air fryer, I might add. And so this was years ago that I bought it. Well, there's a recall for the lid because the lid can be removed during cooking and can cause a burn, despite the 55 fucking do not open the lid while cooking, blah, blah, blah. So basically what happened was people are not following the directions.
Yeah, I mean...
They opened the lid and they got burned, even though it says not to fucking do it. So they made a new lid that apparently...
Doesn't get hot?
It will not come on. Somehow, once it's on, you cannot remove the lid once it's on. Once the machine is running.
I guess you don't have to stir something then.
For the pressure cooking part of it, once it starts running, you cannot alter the lid. So there's some kind of fail-safe something or other. And I heard about it on the radio like last week or the week before and forgot about it. And I got an email yesterday from Kohl's that said, we have in our records, you purchased one of these. So then right, so I clicked on the link, I followed the directions, went to the cupboard, turned the fucking thing around. Not easy to do, the thing is gigantic. Took a picture of the back with the serial number and all the things, emailed it to them, and they're sending us a new lid.
Just a new lid, not a whole new thing.
Just a new lid, and we're supposed to throw away the other one. Meanwhile, though, after I finished reading all of this, I really don't need the new lid because I can follow fucking directions sometimes. And when it says, literally, like every other sentence is do not open the lid while pressure cooking, wait until it's done and the thing pops up and signals, I can follow the direction because I don't want a fucking steam burn on my face.
Yeah, steam burn or shit will come flying out at you. Like, I just don't understand.
I can't.
Even if you have a pot, like a normal pot on your stove and you have a lid on it, you take that sucker off and you're going to get steamed.
I get myself a lot though when I open the oven because I'm like, I open it like peer in and I'm like, it's 400 degrees. I come
You know what happens when
my mascara
Yeah, my mascara melts.
Yeah. And my eye have like a fucking eye or two. They're stuck together. I'm like, fuck. Somebody help me. Fuck.
It does. It melts it and it sticks together.
Oh my God.
And then it's hard to get off at night. Because it's like melted eye.
It's like I have like a slit eye the rest of the night, and my eyes are like congealed together with the mascara. So anyway, and I fucked up. So the last two episodes had like similar titles. It was like swearing helps, everybody swears. Because last week I was lazy and didn't want to rewatch it from the week before to come up with a fucking title. This one will probably be like Rage Against the Humans or something. Yeah, right down.
Or the animal. We had a lot of animals in the beginning. Sean has his prom. I'll have to report back next week. His prom is this Saturday.
Rage Against the Human.
He got his tuxedo.
Like Rage Against the Machine, but Rage Against the Human.
I get it.
Sorry.
Yeah. He got his tuxedo and his shoes. He's going to a little pre-prom party. Then he's going to the prom. It's downtown Philadelphia at the Bellevue. And then there's the after prom party at the high school.
All about it next week.
Yeah, but there's a lot.
There's a lot. It's a lot. Okay.
Toots!
What the fuck was that? Did you see that?
No.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know, but we gotta go.
Oh, probably like a spider that fell or something.
Ew!
Okay. Anyway, something just like dropped from the ceiling. I can't even. I cannot even. Anyway.
Okay, we're gonna go.
Have a great week. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Bye.
Bye.